Today, I identify one of the biggest mistakes real estate investors make when doing their financial analysis. Let's take a look. So, one of the biggest mistakes that investors do, and I'm actually guilty of this, is to be too conservative when running their numbers. Oftentimes, I get asked, Kyle, what are the existing rental rates in the market? And while it's an important question, you shouldn't be using that number for a pre-construction property that's closing 5 or 6 years from now. I found the perfect example of this in the Calgary marketplace, and let's take a deeper dive. I was inspired to do this video because the Mondrian Condos in Calgary just launched. It's another fantastic condo project by Truman Homes. And what I really liked about this project is I have the perfect comparison for it. Because literally right beside it is Gateway Condos. This is a project that Truman launched that is actually completed and people have moved into and are already living in the building. You can't get a much better comparison than this. Virtually the same location, same neighborhood, same builder, same product type. This allows me to actually check the rental market versus the rental guarantees to see how conservative the developer is actually being here. I was able to do this by going to rentfaster.com. Now, this is not a sponsored video, but it's actually where renttruman.com lists all of the inventory that Truman has available, because they do have an in-house management company that takes care of rental guarantees for them. So when investors ask me, Kyle, it comes with a 2-year rental guarantee, but what happens after that guarantee is done? Am I going to be able to rent my unit? Well, this is the perfect example. Gateway has 216 units in it. Currently, there are 0 available for rent. It shows the incredible demand for this area and for Truman products. And this allows me to do a fantastic comparison between Gateway and the Mondrian Condos. 1-beds are renting today for around $1,650. 2-bed, 1-baths around $1,800. 2-bed plus dens, almost $2,000. 3-beds, over that at about $2,250. Now, the rent guarantee at the Mondrian, it is a little bit higher because they're expecting price appreciation for the rental market. But keep in mind, you're starting to get that rental guarantee when it's completed in 2026. So if we take a look at today's rental rates and apply basic increases, let's take a look at what those numbers are actually going to look like in a conservative scenario. So I took a look at the 2-bed plus den because this is going to be the most popular unit in the Mondrian Condos. Today, it would roughly rent for about $1,950. The rental guarantee that you're getting from Truman Homes is $2,275 a month. So there is a bit of a spread. Now, I'm being very conservative for today's rent. It is likely higher, and especially because those are the prices that were listed when it was previously rented. There have been significant price increases since then. But let's assume it's $1,950 today. Applying just a simple 3% rent increase year over year, by the time that you actually have to worry about renting out the property in 2028, that unit will be renting for almost $2,400. Once you take away your mortgage payment and their operating expenses, it's going to cash flow around $600 a month. That's over $7,000 annually at only a 3% price appreciation from today's rental rates. So let's take that a step further and say, what does a 5% yearly increase look like? Well, that $1,950 a month, that turns into almost $2,750 a month. That's going to cash flow almost $950. That would be over $11,000 cash flow annually. That is insane money. But I know what you're saying. There's no guarantee that that's actually going to happen. And you're right. But I do strongly believe rents are going up because they are rapidly increasing. Take a look at this Calgary Herald article. Rents in Calgary have jumped 21% year over year. And even with that increase, Calgary is ranking 24th out of 35th for major cities for average rent for a 1-bedroom and 26 out of 35 for a 2-bedroom home. Rents are still incredibly cheap in Calgary. In Toronto, you'd be paying at least $1,000 more for a comparable unit. There is huge room to run for Calgary rental rates. So this is why my favorite investing vehicle is pre-construction condos, and the Mondrian is the perfect example of this. You're able to buy it with only 10 to 15% down, and you're getting that appreciation on the purchase price as well as the rental rates while it's being built, till 2026. Plus it comes with the 2-year rental guarantee, which might be lower than rates at that time, but you're getting free property management included with that. When you actually have to go to the market in 2028, if the tenant doesn't stay, then I expect rental rates to be much, much higher than the guaranteed amounts. So one final thing to add. Keep in mind, in Alberta and Calgary, there is no rent control. So if you have strong periods of rental appreciation, like there has been over the last year, you can actually adjust the rent for your tenant to those market rates. Unlike in Ontario, where you're typically limited to the provincial guideline, which next year will only be 2.5%. That's a huge bonus for investing in the Calgary marketplace. So if you are one of those conservative investors like me, please get in touch because I want to walk you through the opportunity in Calgary. It's something that you're going to regret if you miss.